Welcome to The Lift with Sheila Robinson Kiss. Come on in. There's always a special place set aside for you here where you can relax, kick up your heels, pour yourself a nice, refreshing drink, and prepare to be lifted and soar. Hello, welcome back to The Lift with Sheila Robinson Kiss. Today I want to take you inside the mind of abusers. I went back and forth a little bit with the timing of this video, but I really feel that it's a good time to share this message. And just for frame of reference, I want you to know that I am sharing this video from three very unique perspectives. Number one, as a therapist who has worked with hundreds of women over the years who have suffered abuse, domestic violence, and it's been quite a journey. The second vantage point is a woman who has overcome an abusive relationship, and I'll share more on that in a little bit. And thirdly, by a very strange twist of fate, I have also worked with a number of men who describe themselves as abusers and recovering abusers. So just a little bit more for you on frame of reference. And out of the gate, I want to clear something up before we jump into the heads of abusers. There's a question mark in so many people's minds of how does a woman end up in an abusive relationship, and once she's there and things get really bad, why does she stay? So I want to clear a couple things up once and for all so that there will be less judgment and more understanding around this issue. There are so many reasons that a woman can end up falling into and staying in an abusive relationship. And it has nothing to do with how smart you are or how much money you have. It's really an issue of what the woman can see. A primary reason that a woman will stay in an abusive relationship or get in one in the first place is because just for the moment at that time, she is not able to see and connect with her pure essence and God-given divine nature. And once a woman is able to see who she is clearly and what she is clearly, the degradation and abuse in any form in her life falls away simply because it is no longer tolerated, it's no longer acceptable, and she has moved into a very different vibration for her life. So it's really important to view this issue in the frame of compassion and not judgment. And certainly that process for a woman, it can happen in an instant. It can span across many years. My aha moment shockingly came in a McDonald's parking lot on a very cold January morning. I was on a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit run for the man who was abusing me, and I pulled into the parking lot. It was very icy, they had not salted, and my car just started spinning and spinning. And when it stopped, right on impact, I had this flash moment of seeing myself in that situation and what I had become, but I also caught just a spark of a glimpse of what I was intended to be. And I promise you, in that split second, what I saw was did not involve delivering biscuits to anyone. So that was really the spark and a catalyst for my change. And my prayer is that any woman who is in need of that spark, she will certainly find it. So into the heads of abusers, this segment, I'm going to split it into two, part one and part two. Part one, I'm going to take a look at some specific questions and answers that were used in a domestic violence program. These were actually worksheets that the men filled out, and I found that many of the answers were very eye-opening on many levels. A disclaimer on confidentiality, which I take very seriously. This program took place in 4 cities over 18 years, so confidentiality is absolutely safeguarded. I think that there is great value in getting more insight in terms of what's going on in the head of the abuser, so that you can make good decisions and keep yourself safe. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to read directly from the archive the worksheets that these men filled out. Again, these are self-described men who are abusers or recovering abusers. And we'll start first with Carlos, who is 41, and he is on his 3rd marriage and actually ended up serving 1 year in jail due to an assault charges. And the first question that was asked, I found it very interesting. Knowing your history of abusing women and being in and out of relationships, what do you look for in a woman, and how do you make your pick? His answer was very interesting. He said, most of the women I've had relationships with were searching for something. Maybe it was just someone to love them or to be with them. Maybe it was just to fill a void, but they almost never wanted to let go, no matter what happened behind closed doors. They wanted to please me and make me happy. It really boiled down to the loyalty factor. So again, I'm just reading the questions and answers direct. In part 2, we will dissect this information more. A second question that was asked: violence is an expression of fear on some level. What are you most afraid of inside your relationship? And his answer: I am afraid she will leave me as soon as she really sees me, the real me. I wake up some days and think, why is she here? She's an angel and I'm a demon. I don't get it. I never tell her she's beautiful, because if I tell her she's beautiful, she may stop and think about it and ask herself, what am I doing with this man? Another interesting answer, which we will revisit in part 2. And the third question was, if you love her, why do you abuse her? The answer: I want to control her, test her, keep her. She provokes me and I can't back down. She stays, and this makes our bond deeper, because after every fight, we have gone through something terrible together, and ultimately we both understand. I'm going to leave it there, and please tune in for part 2 coming up next.